Welcome to Legion Builds, where I guide you on how to bring your favorite fictional characters into Dungeons & Dragons. This video and all my content is made possible by my Patreon supporters, and it's dedicated to everyone who subscribes to my channel. You're all the reasons why this keeps going. Join the Legion today at patreon.com/63rdlegion for free and help decide next week's new character. Joining my paid tiers allows you early access to my content, a shout out in my videos, homebrew D&D items for your games, and a chance to play some D&D in the Patreon community. We now have a Discord. It's just getting started, but we have some future plans coming, like events for Discord members and Patreon members. Time for another round of Street Fighter with Cammy. When M. Bison created Shadowloo, he created within it a group whose sole function was to act as his bodyguards and personal assassins. These were the Dolls. Some were women who showed amazing combat capabilities and were kidnapped and then brainwashed into being loyal to Bison, while others were created synthetic humans who had been engineered to be the perfect warriors, using Bison's own DNA. The greatest of these was Killer Bee. She was the ultimate doll who not only never failed a mission, but also had the perfect body for Bison's soul to enter should he die. Eventually, Killer Bee was freed from Bison's control and took the name Cammy White. After losing all of her memories, becoming a member of UK's elite fighting force, regaining her memories, saving the other dolls, and actually let's just stop there. Street Fighter lore can be pretty crazy and confusing. She's a hero, that's all you really need to know. When in fights, Cammy is a brutal and fast fighter. Foregoing ranged attacks, Cammy launches herself directly into her enemies. And when she gets there, she delivers massive attacks that break bones and send enemies flying. For today's build, we'll be using the Player's Handbook. We're using standard point array to keep things simple, and we are multi-classing, so watch those stat minimums if you use another system. Make Dex 15, Wisdom 14, Con 13, Strength 12, Intelligence 10, and we're going to be dumping Charisma with an 8 for no reason. Something has to be dumped and Charisma isn't needed for this, so we'll just fix it later. Cammy is a human, resourceful, grants you a free inspiration dice at the end of a long rest if you already don't have one. Skillful gives you a free skill, take Perception. Versatile gives you a bonus origin feat. For this feat, Tavern Brawler makes you a brutal fighter. You are now proficient in improvised weapons. Your unarmed strikes now deal 1d4 bludgeoning damage. You can reroll the damage of unarmed strikes when it is a 1. And finally, once per turn, when you hit with an unarmed strike, you can push the creature back by 5 feet. To finish out your lineage, you know the language, common, and 2 more of your choice. For background, place +2 into Wisdom and +1 into Con. For your origin feat, Tough gives you double your current character level in HP and then adds +2 HP to every level after. For skills, take Stealth and Sleight of Hand. To finish out your background, I would take a tool proficiency to maintain your gear like Tinker's tools, but this is up to you. Level 1 fighters start things off with 2 skills. Take Acrobatics and Athletics. You're proficient in all weapons, armor, shields, and the saving throw Strength and Con. Fighting Style grants you a Fighting Style feat. For this feat, Unarmed Fighting makes your unarmed strikes 1d6 when you're holding something in your hands, 1d8 when you're holding nothing, and you can automatically deal 1d4 bludgeoning damage to a creature that you are grappling at the start of your turn. Second Wind lets you ignore damage with a bonus action by healing yourself 1d10 plus your fighter level. You can do this twice per long rest, and you regain 1 use after you finish a short rest. Weapon Mastery allows you to access special properties of weapons. At the end of a long rest, you can choose 3 weapons that you are proficient with, and you can now use those weapons' mastery properties. For some, you would use Pistol grants you Vex. This lets you have advantage on your next attack before the end of your next turn on a creature that you've hit with this weapon. And that's it. You're trained in all weapons, but you prefer to use your fists over everything else. Level 1 monks start off with Unarmored Defense. Now when not wearing armor, your AC is 10 plus your Dex modifier plus your Wisdom modifier. Martial Arts improves your unarmed strikes and light weapon attacks when you're not wearing armor or using a shield. Now when you're not wearing armor or using a shield, your unarmed strikes and light weapon attacks can now be Dex based for attack and damage, and you can make an unarmed strike with a bonus action. And finally, it grants you Martial Arts dice. These are dice that can replace the damage of light weapons, and they start off at a D6. Level 2 monks receive Unarmored Movement. Now when not wearing armor, your speed is increased, bringing you to 40 feet. Monk Focus grants you focus points equal to your monk level that you can spend on special moves. For these moves, Flurry of Blows lets you make 2 unarmed strikes with a bonus action for 1 focus point. Patient Defense turns dodge into a bonus action, and then you can spend 1 focus point to use both dodge and disengage with the same bonus action. Step of the Wind turns dash into a bonus action, and then you can spend 1 focus point to use both dash and disengage as the same bonus action and double your jump distance. You regain all used focus points at the end of a short or long rest. Uncanny Metabolism lets you regain all used focus points when you roll initiative, and when you do so, you regain HP equal to a martial arts dice plus your monk level. You can do this once per long rest. Level 2 fighters gain Action Surge. You can now give yourself a free action once per short or long rest. Tactical Mind lets you use Second Wind when you fail a skill check. Now when you fail a skill check, you can burn a use of Second Wind to add 1d10 to the roll, but if you still fail, you don't burn the use of Second Wind. Level 3 fighters now have access to their subclass. Champion from the player's handbook is going to be making you far more brutal. Improved Critical lets you score critical hits on a 19 or 20. Remarkable Athlete gives you advantage on initiative rolls and athletics checks. Also, after scoring a critical hit, you can move half your total speed without provoking attack of opportunity. You've reached level 5, raise your proficiency bonus to +3. Level 4 fighters earn our first ability score improvement. Let's grab a feat. Charger from the player's handbook is going to hurt someone. First, it adds +1 to your dex, and now when you use dash, your movement speed is increased by 10 feet. Also, when you move at least 10 feet before making a melee attack, you can add 1 effect to the attack. This effect can be causing extra 1d8 of damage or pushing the creature back by 10 feet. You can do this once per turn. You now have 3 uses of Second Wind and 4 different weapon masteries. Level 5 fighters learn Extra Attack. You can now attack twice with a single attack action. Tactical Shift lets you move half your speed when you use Second Wind, and this doesn't provoke attack of opportunity. Level 6 fighters earn another ability score improvement. Add more into dex for more attack, damage, stealth, acrobatics, and AC. Level 3 monks now have access to their subclass, and I want more punching power. Open Hand from the player's handbook is going to do just that. Open Hand technique adds effects to your Flurry of Blows. Now when you hit with one of your Flurry of Blows attacks, you can impose an effect on the damage. For these effects, you can stop them from making attacks of opportunity until the start of its next turn, you can force a dex save or drop them prone if they fail, or finally force a strength save and knock them back by 15 feet if they fail. The DC for this is based on your wisdom modifier. Deflect Attack lets you reduce damage you take from an attack that deals bludgeoning, slashing, or piercing damage. With a reaction, you reduce the damage by 1d10 plus your dex modifier plus your monk level. If you reduce the damage to 0 and have an open hand, you can spend 1 focus point to redirect the attack. If it was a melee attack, you redirect it 5 feet towards a creature that you can see, or if it was a ranged attack, you redirect it at a creature you can see within 60 feet. You've reached character level 9, raise your proficiency bonus to +4. Level 7 champion fighters learn an additional fighting style. For this feat, archery adds +2 to attacks you make with a ranged weapon. Level 8 fighters earn another ability score improvement to cap off dex. Level 9 fighters gain Indomitable. You can now re-roll 1 failed saving throw per long rest. Tactical Master lets you switch out weapon masteries of weapons you have chosen. For what you can switch this out for, Push knocks a creature you've hit with this weapon back by 10 feet. Sap gives a creature you've hit with this weapon disadvantage on their next attack roll before the start of your next turn. Slow reduces the speed of a creature you've hit with this weapon by 10 feet till the start of your next turn. Level 10 champion fighters are heroic warriors. Now during combat, you can give yourself an inspiration dice if you start your turn without one. You now have 4 uses of Second Wind and 5 weapon masteries. You've reached character level 13, bring your proficiency bonus to +5. Level 11 fighters receive extra attack ×2. You can now attack 3 times with a single attack action. Level 12 fighters earn another ability score improvement. Start bumping up wisdom for more AC and a better DC. Level 13 fighters gain another use of Indomitable. Studied attack gives you a better chance of hitting a creature. Now, when you miss with an attack, you have advantage on your next attack against the same creature before the end of your next turn. Level 14 fighters earn another ability score improvement, Cap Off Wisdom. You've reached the final milestone, character level 17. Max out your proficiency bonus at +6. Level 15 champion fighters receive superior critical. You now crit on 18, 19, or 20. Level 16 fighters earn our final ability score improvement, and you're officially character level 19. Which means if you wish, you can take an epic boon feat, the best feats in the game. I'm going to knock out that negative instead, but if you don't have to, grab an epic boon. Look into irresistible offense or combat prowess. You also now have 6 weapon masteries. Our final level is level 17 fighters, and you now have 2 uses of Action Surge and 3 uses of Indomitable. Now that we've hit level 20, let's recap. Your stats are Strength 12, Dex 20, Con 14, Intelligence 10, Wisdom 20, Charisma 10. Your total class levels are Monk 3, Fighter 17. Let's dive in. All I can say is, ouch. Your attacks are +11, you're dealing 1d8 +5 damage, you attack 4 times normal, can bring that to a grand total of 8 attacks with an Action Surge and Flurry of Blows. When you hit, you can knock them back up to 15 feet, knock them prone, or knock the wind out of them and take away their attacks of opportunity. By the way, you can make it so you can knock them back a grand total of 30 feet in a single round of combat, as all of your punching abilities are separate. Your movement is pretty good as well. Your standard movement is 40 feet, you can dash 50 feet, you can move half your speed when either you crit on an attack or use second wind, and those are the standard moving abilities before you add your focus points. To end out everything, your AC is 20 and your total health, taking the average, is over 200 HP with several ways of healing. Downside. Firstly, low resources with only 3 focus points. Thankfully, you don't completely need them, but they do some good stuff. Grab a pistol because you also have no ranged abilities. Finally, using standard point array gives you bad charisma till the end of the game. You probably won't be using standard point array, so your charisma might not be bad. Time to earn your second chance and rescue your sisters from your creator, and put him down once and for all. I'd like to give a special shout out to my Artificer tier. Thank you John Martin, Christopher R. Hunter, Java Squirrel, Matthew Dens, Jonathan Haynes, Malin Anderson, and Daniel Saftler. You guys rock. Make sure to like and subscribe to not miss a single new build each week on YouTube and Spotify. And make sure to check out my Patreon where you can help decide next week's new character.